All right. This is Robert J. Kajewski with the Workprint.com. I am joined by the illustrious Casper Kelly, whom you may
Illustrious. I
know,
like that. Sorry.
whom you may know from one of my favorite shows, which is Stroker and Hoop. Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell is probably one of the best shows out there right now. Final Deployment, amazing. And the one thing that really fucked me up that you did was Too Many Cooks. But still, all amazing. Now, I have to ask the burning, if you will, question, which is, where did the ideation for the Yule log come into play?
Oh, well, thank you, Robert. It's great to be here. And thank you for those kind words. I got that idea. It just floated into my brain. I was watching a Yule log. Oh no, hopefully. I was watching a Yule log and I just got an image of legs slightly out of focus walking in front, and then you hear dialogue
Yeah.
off screen and just building a story. How bad is the sound? Should I move to like a closet
Oh, no,
area?
you're
right.
perfect.
Okay,
You're
good,
golden.
good.
Now, I want to also ask, because to me, you play with conventions like a kitten plays with a ball of yarn. Where did all of this, because there's so much genre bending in it, was that initially part of this, what you were thinking about, or did it sort of come into play as you were writing the script?
I think I'm naturally drawn to it. And so it just started coming in, like even in college, I wrote various short stories, and then I wrote one that was about Snow White, and it was about Sneezy, the dwarf Sneezy, who had a romantic crush on Snow White, and he thought it was returned. And that story did really well. I mean, people really liked that. It got published in the student magazine. So
yeah,
whatever reason, that stuff, people seem to like it when I do that.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the interesting thing is that it not only plays with genres, but it plays with time as well. And I have to say, first of all, the time shifts and especially the colorization within the time shifts are amazing. It actually kind of reminded me a little bit of Black Christmas, the 1974 Black Christmas. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but the colors are warm, even though it's a horror movie. Was there directing any particular way that you want to shoot it, or did it just come into play just as you were shooting?
I think I guess I had vague ideas of how I would do it, but with color correction now, you have so much flexibility, and I'm very glad you like the warmth, because we had to do the color correction very fast. And so we did it. I had one day, and then the next day I'm like, I made it too warm. I made it too warm. So I'm very glad. That makes me very happy for you to say that.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, but it was fun to, make the 90s one very slightly VHS-y,
Yeah,
so on.
I noticed that. And
yes.
Honestly, I want to say that also there's I would like to know your influences on this, just writing wise, because to me it is part David Lynch, it's part Coen brothers, and it's part Sam Raimi as well.
That's a good combo. I'll take that. Yes. Yes.
Especially with the interplay between the sheriff and the deputy. That was very Coen brothers to me.
Oh, thank you very much. That made my day. I love that. Thank you. I mean, they're a huge influence on me. I think one of the first movies I saw, I mean, obviously Star Wars, but later on seeing Raising Arizona.
Oh, yes.
It made me laugh so hard I couldn't breathe in the theater, and it made me start to think of, and it made you think about movies, because the way that thing is shot, it's unbelievable. True. Yeah. The chase sequence.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I also have to ask, what was it like? Because to me, this also kind of plays out initially just like a play, which is to me one of the coolest things ever because it's so unexpected. Of you're just watching a Yule log, and then all of a sudden, all this stuff goes down, and it's like, first of all, what am I watching? And I can't take my eyes off of the screen. It's just amazing. Did you initially want to write it as very long takes?
Yes. I even was originally going to do it all as a tight shot on the fire. So
Mm,
it's more of a radio play. Uh,
yeah.
but when I decided to make it, and that was the original idea because that would have been very budget friendly, obviously.
Hmm.
Uh, but then when I got the idea to make it a movie, it that seemed like that was pushing it. It could have been done,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
I'm like, if I'm making a movie, I want to do some camera moves or something, man.
Oh yeah.
So
Easily.
I decided to cheat at my own formula.
I have to say also the cast is amazing. What was it like working with them, and how long did you shoot? How long did it take?
I think it was 15 days, give or take. So very
Hmm.
fast. A- and yeah, I live in Atlanta and that's where we
Hmm.
shot it. And so I've gotten to know the actor community here. Some of those people are
Mm,
friends. Some of them were people I had just met. But I really like the pool of actors here.
yeah.
Yeah, and in some ways that can kind of help a movie where you're not. I mean, obviously we love to see stars, but
Hmm.
it can help a movie to not pull you out of it if it's people you
Oh,
haven't seen.
completely agreed. I think they do a bang up job all around. And I have to give you kudos on just injecting very slightly William Tokarski into it as well. Don't think I caught that.
Oh,
Um,
thank you very much. Thank you.
the like because this honestly sort of deals with a lot of heavy stuff too. Um, did you initially want to put as much pathos into it, or did it initially start out as a comedy, or was it always going to be sort of a drama and slash horror?
I I guess I'm drawn to trying to put in more pathos,
Mm,
and that's a direction I'm trying to go into.
hmm.
But I think it usually still comes out at least a little funny because that's just
Yeah.
how I
Oh,
am. But
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
I'm drawn to that. So when I found opportunities, I took it.
Mm. Now, really interesting question. What's your relation to the Yule log in general, like the televised Yule log?
I don't. I like the idea of it. I guess I've
Hmm.
probably used it in the background, but I don't have a huge relationship to it.
Hmm.
Um, uh, but
Because it's an interesting thing to play around with.
it
I mean, I
is.
guess
That's yes,
because it's almost a blank canvas in a sense. So
yes.
that I mean, also I have to tell you that personally, I think this should be a Christmas staple from here on out.
Oh, thank
I
you.
I think it should have midnight screenings in theaters
Oh,
because
wow.
yeah, I am a total fan of it. It just blew my mind of what you were accomplishing with each second because I was on hooks. That's the thing. I did not know where it was going to go. And up until the very last minute, I had no idea where it was going to go.
Oh,
Uh,
that makes me very happy.
do you have like the movie bug now? Do you kind of want to write a bit more long form
Oh, yeah,
stuff?
yeah, so badly. You don't even know, Robert. Yes, I
Mm.
do.
Oh, that's great. Uh, I would ask if you have anything that coming down the pike in terms of that, but I mean, I'm sure you have to kind of keep it close to the chest a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you off camera, but yeah, I would
Hmm.
rather but I want
Okay.
to surprise you
Yeah.
too. I don't want to
Oh,
mess it up for
totally.
you.
No, 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 no. Yes. Now the thing is that, and this is possibly a silly question, but what did you like actually more? What was more enjoyable, writing the script itself or directing it?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, hmm. Writing it the whole thing was kind of scary. I guess I'm an anxious
Mhm.
person, and it was a new jump for me. So the
I
writing of
hear
it
you.
was fun, but also
Mhm.
scary of like, what the hell am I doing? And the directing
I get
was
that.
fun in the sense
Mhm.
of, oh my God, I wrote this thing and now it's an image in front of my face. Like the set and the actors are standing there in a way that I imagined it. That's a thrill. But it was
Mhm.
also super stressful because it was such a tight schedule and everything. But that was, I'm not giving
I
you a
can
good
imagine.
answer. I do
No,
love
yeah.
editing as well. Post is fun because
Mm.
you're back in the comfort of an editing suite with
Yeah.
wonderful
Mhm.
editors. And
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. And the reason I asked that is because I'm a screenwriter myself,
Oh, okay.
and I always wanted to try my hand at directing too, because sometimes I think that if if you have a clear-cut vision of what you want, then you're the only person that can do it. So I was just curious about the whole directing aspect because I'm sure that there's enough stress going along with the process itself as well,
It's
because
yeah,
everything has to come into its place.
I would recommend it. It is it's a roller coaster, but
Mhm.
the highs are amazing, when you get all these talented people making it
Yeah.
happen, and there's also surprises, like you think you have a
Mhm.
vision and then someone does something that
Mm.
is like amazing and you've got to go with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I am curious, when you had the finished product and you showed it to Adult Swim, what was their first thoughts on it?
Uh, yeah, they liked it. They liked it. I
Mhm.
mean, they were like, "I think you got something here."
Mhm.
So I'm like, "Okay, good." Um, yes. I was nervous. I was nervous, but they
Mhm.
liked it.
I honestly also have to say that just from start to finish, the movie itself, because it is a movie, ladies and gentlemen, it is, make no mistake, a fully fledged movie, which is interesting because I the Adult Swim made the announcement of, "We're gonna have something special for you," and I was not expecting any of that. And I'm like, "Wow, this is a full-fledged movie. This is interesting." Which kudos, congratulations. That's
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
Um, Now, Christmas-wise, is there anything you might want to create as well, or would this be just kind of like a one-off holiday type deal?
Um, well, never say never. Some
Mhm.
people have said, should this be the start of a series? And movies love
Yeah.
trilogies.
Mhm.
So maybe, yeah,
Oh, that would be great.
I would be
Um,
interested in that.
and can't wait for more Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. Already saying that. Dana Snyder actually interviewed at Comic-Con, this past Comic-Con. You definitely know how to stack a cast and make them work to the best of their abilities.
Oh,
I
that
will
makes
say
me feel
that.
good. Thank you very much. Um,
Um, and I think that's about it. I do want to say, oh, also, I want to ask in terms of your influences, because we talked a little bit about Coen Brothers. What are your typical writing influences as well, and directing influences?
I think those names you mentioned are
Hmm.
pretty great. I'm kind of late to horror, so because I was a very scared child. Like I just saw
Hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre maybe 5 years ago. I just saw Exorcist this year.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, those blew my mind, of course.
Welcome to the party.
What's that?
Welcome to the party.
Yes. I think though I also was inspired by Panos Cosmatos
Mm,
and
yeah.
Mandy. I mean, he's a friend, but I
Hmm.
just love his work so much.
Oh, yes.
And Nicholas Winding Refn. So sort of towards the end, I was trying to use that sort of lighting to an
Good
extent.
influence.
Yeah.
Nicholas, I love Nicholas. He's awesome.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, and I love Lars von Trier, of course. I don't know if he's an
oh,
influence, but I love him.
oh, yeah, Lars. I mean, come on. But that's all I have. I will say this, and I will leave you off with this. First of all, I am going to make this movie now an annual thing for me, and I'm probably going to hold parties with people to view it. It should just be one of those things where it should fit within the canon of A Christmas Story, Miracle on 34th Street, and It's a Wonderful Life.
Whoa. That's a Murderer's Row of Christmas films. I'm very honored to be in their
Yes.
company. I hope I don't stink up the joint too much with the horror aspect, but
No, and just the lows, the dramatic lows that this film goes on and the dramatic highs that it goes on is incredible. It's intense. I didn't know whether I was watching a romance at some point or a murder mystery or a horror or maybe something Bob Zemeckis might have directed with the time shifting and everything like that. So thank you.
thank you very much. Thank you so much. You made my day.